How's it going, guys? It's me, King Kush Gaming here, and today we're going to be looking at the top 10 best wild legendary cards to craft, or just the best all around that are staples in the format. So, this is a bit different than what I usually do, because usually I make some reviews of decks, but last week I wasn't able to make a video because I had a lot of stuff going on. So, I promised you I'd do something different, and so here we have this today. So, um, this list is only going to include legendary cards that are exclusive to Wild. So no classic cards that are also played in Standard, like Leeroy Jenkins, which otherwise would be on this list, and it will only be neutral cards. So no cards like Malfurion the Plurulent or other good cards like him. So let's start off. This list will also be in no particular order. So let's begin. So in 10th place, or the places don't really matter, but we have Lothep. Now, Lothep is a 5 mana 5/5, which is okay, not the best. You usually want a bigger body and constructed or wild, so it's okay, but its text is Battlecry, enemy spells cost 5 more next turn. Now, this is very good because it's very disruptive. Like, if you're on turn 9 and you know your opponent's going to play an Ultimate Infestation next turn, or like they're about to combo off with Malygos, well, Lothep will like disrupt them a lot, so they won't be able to do that. So maybe give you another turn to live, and so you can win. So Lothep's an all-around great card, and used in a lot of decks as a disrupt. Moving on, we have Dr. Boom. Dr. Boom is a 7 mana 7/7, which is pretty good, and his Battlecry summon 2 Boombots, 2 1/1 Boombots. Now, the card's pretty good because it helps you get back in the game if you have nothing on the board, and if your opponent's overwhelming you, it's a lot of removal because on the Boombots, when the Boombots have a death rattle that say when they die, deal 1 to 4 damage to a random enemy, which can be very good, 8 damage face, or just clear their minions. It's overall a very good card and can be used for a lot of things. Next, we have Sir Finley Murgleton, which is an aggro staple in Wild. It's played in a lot of aggro decks, and it says discover a new hero power. So, which is very powerful. It gives you a lot more options. Like if you're playing Pirate Warrior, and the gain 2 armor each turn doesn't really do anything, so you want to look for new options. And it's also played in like Even Shaman and not Even Shaman, an Aggro Shaman, and a lot of other aggro decks. And it is a 1 mana 1/3, which is probably the best stats you can get for a 1-drop with the Dire Mill body. So that's pretty good. Next we have Patches the Pirate, and it's also a very good aggro card. But the thing about this is it's only played in pirate decks. After you play a pirate, summon this minion from the deck. And if you draw it, it's kind of a dead draw, because there's really no point. But if you're playing a pirate deck, it's very good. They did nerf it a while back, so it does no longer have charge, but I still think it's good enough to be on this list. Next, we have Sylvanas. Now, Sylvanas Windrunner is a great minion. 6 mana 5/5, which is okay, not very good. But it's a death rattle, take control of a random enemy minion. So you play it, and then you can just... It's more of a control card. You trade it in, and then you steal one of their minions, like a mind control type. And what's good about this is N'Zoth the Corruptor. He also triggers, since it's the Death Rattle minion, you also summon this, which is pretty good. So overall, it's a good minion. Next, N'Zoth the Corruptor. So N'Zoth's a 10 mana 5/7, which isn't very good, but its Battlecry summons your Death Rattle minions that die this game. Now this is really good because, as seen previously, there's some good Death Rattle minions, and you can make a deck around this, or you can just add this into a control deck that has some Death Rattle minions and make it that much better. So N'Zoth's used in a lot of control decks, and I definitely recommend crafting it, as it's very good. Next we have the Black Knight. Now, even though the Black Knight isn't played as much before, I still think it's very good. It's a 6 mana 4/5, and it reads, Battle Cry, destroy an enemy minion with time. Now, this is some more removal like Dr. Boom or Sylvanas, and I think it's pretty good because say they have a Lich King down or they're playing Big Druid, and you just can destroy a lot of their taunt minions very easily with the Black Knight, and it also gets a decent body on the board, so that's pretty good. Next we have Bronzebeard. Now Brand's used in a lot of decks like Jade Golem or Control Lock, or some Battlecry focused decks, and probably in Shudderwock Shaman too. So, and it's a 3-mana 2/4, which is more of defensive stats. I personally like it better than a 3-mana 3/3, and reads your battle cries trigger twice. So that means that like you play a life drinker, instead you gain 6 life and 3, and they lose 6 life. So it's very powerful, and it really helps you a lot. So at the number 1 spot, and this is one of the best cards in Wild, Emperor Thaurissan. So it's a 6-mana 5/5 that reads at the end of your turn, reduce the cost of cards in your deck in your hand by 1. Now, this is insanely good. It allows you to pull off a lot of OTK combos that you wouldn't be able to before, like a Wild Exodia Mage without using the quest Time Warp, which is very good, and it also just really good to reduce card costs because it helps you later. But when you do play this, it's a big target for your opponent to remove because they definitely don't want to leave it around for more than 1 turn because you'll just get way too much value out of it. It's an insanely good card. So I think that's all good for today, guys. I hope you liked this video. It was a bit shorter, but I'm trying something new. Consider subscribing. If you like this video, like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. Any suggestions, add them in the comments, or if you disagree with this list or agree, consider subscribing. That's all for today. See y'all on the flip side.